The Imola Circuit, steeped in history and legendary for its high-speed straights and technical corners, was the stage for one of the most thrilling automotive showdowns in recent memory. On one side, the Lamborghini Temerario, the brand's latest and most ferocious hypercar, engineered to blur the lines between road-going luxury and track-focused aggression. On the other, the Ducati Panigale V4, a two-wheeled masterpiece born from MotoGP pedigree, designed to tear through asphalt with surgical precision and blistering speed. The sun glistened on the Italian tarmac as the machines rolled onto the starting line, both cloaked in carbon fiber and raw, unfiltered power. Crowds held their breath as the Lambo's V12 roared to life, a thunderous symphony echoing off the pit walls. Beside it, the Panigale's high-pitched exhaust note screamed in anticipation, its engine revving with the controlled fury of a coiled serpent. Two of Italy's finest mechanical creations, representing the pinnacle of automotive and motorcycle engineering, prepared to go head-to-head in a straight-line sprint on one of the most iconic circuits in the world. The Lamborghini Temerario, translating roughly to the Daredevil, lives up to its name in every sense. Built with aerospace-grade materials, active aerodynamics, and a centrally mounted naturally aspirated 6.5-liter V12 engine producing over 850 horsepower, this car is Lamborghini's homage to pure, untamed performance. Every inch of the Temerario screams purpose, from the aggressive splitters and sculpted fenders to the jet fighter-inspired cockpit that surrounds the driver in carbon and Alcantara. It's not just a car, it's a statement. The Ducati Panigale V4, by contrast, is the embodiment of speed distilled into two wheels. With its 1,103cc Desmosedici Stradale engine, the Panigale produces a staggering 214 horsepower, more than enough to push this featherweight superbike from 0 to 100 km/h in under 3 seconds. Its electronic systems, traction control, quick shifter, and aerodynamic winglets are straight out of Ducati's MotoGP playbook, making it a terrifyingly competent machine in the hands of an experienced rider. The Panigale is less a motorcycle and more a precision tool built to conquer apexes and devour straights. As the race began, both machines exploded off the line. The Temerario, with its all-wheel drive system and launch control engaged, rocketed forward with brutal efficiency. Its wide tires clawed at the asphalt, propelling it forward in a blur of speed. The Panigale, with its lightweight chassis and instant throttle response, launched like a missile. For the first few meters, the Ducati had the advantage. Its superior power-to-weight ratio and lightning-fast acceleration made it nearly impossible to catch. But as the straight lengthened and aerodynamic efficiency came into play, the Lamborghini began to claw back the advantage. The low-slung body of the Temerario cut through the air like a blade, its active aero systems adjusting in real time to reduce drag and increase stability. At over 200 km/h, the brute force of the V12 began to show. Gear after gear, the Lambo surged ahead, its engine howling as it chased the Ducati's taillight. The Panigale, meanwhile, remained in full tuck, its rider crouched low, throttle pinned, eyes fixed on the rapidly approaching braking zone. It was a battle of physics versus agility, of torque versus power-to-weight ratio. The Temerario's downforce and electronic wizardry allowed it to remain stable and planted even at supersonic speeds. But the Panigale's slender profile and relentless drive made it a difficult target to overtake. As they neared the end of the straight, the question remained, would the Lamborghini catch and pass the Ducati before they hit the brakes? Spectators were on edge. Cameras followed every millisecond of the race. Onboard footage captured the raw emotion of the drivers, the Temerario's pilot calmly shifting gears, the Ducati's rider bracing against the G-forces as the front wheel threatened to lift off. Side by side they roared toward the braking zone, engines peaking, tires screaming, adrenaline pumping. In the final stretch, it was the Lamborghini that surged ahead, if only by a whisker. Its longer gear ratios and aerodynamic advantage finally tipped the balance. As they crossed the finish line of the straight, the Temerario had nosed past the Ducati, its V12 bellowing in triumph. But the race didn't end there. The duel continued through the twisting sections of the Imola track, where the Panigale, nimble and responsive, struck back with corner speed and agility that no four-wheeled vehicle could match. Lap after lap, the machines danced and battled. The Temerario, fast and furious, dominated the straights, while the Panigale, light and lethal, sliced through the corners with surgical precision. It was an epic game of cat and mouse, with the lead switching hands again and again. But this wasn't just a contest of speed, it was a celebration of engineering excellence and Italian motorsport heritage. The visuals from the day were unforgettable. High-speed drones captured every angle, The Lamborghini spitting flames under heavy acceleration, the Ducati leaned over at impossible angles through corners, scraping knee and sparking titanium. Slow-motion shots showed the strain on the tires, the flecks of carbon fiber wings, and the raw power unleashed with every downshift. This was a race that wasn't just heard and seen, it was felt. The finale came not with a checkered flag but with mutual respect. Both machines returned to the pits, their pilots removing helmets and exchanging nods of admiration. No one could deny the spectacle they had just created. It wasn't about winning or losing, it was about pushing the limits of performance, showcasing what's possible when design, engineering, and passion collide. The Lamborghini Temerario proved itself as a road-legal hypercar with track-ready soul, capable of going toe-to-toe with the fastest bikes in the world. Its raw horsepower, aerodynamic sophistication, and relentless acceleration made it a monster on the straight. Yet the Ducati Panigale V4 held its own, proving that two wheels can still challenge four, even in the era of hybrid powertrains and computer-managed performance. In the end, the real winner was the audience. Witnessing a duel of this magnitude is rare, and on a track like Imola, with its rich history and dramatic elevation changes, it felt all the more magical. Whether you're a fan of the thunderous roar of a V12 or the piercing scream of a high-revving motorcycle engine, this race had something for everyone. It was a reminder of why we love speed, why we chase performance, and why the rivalry between car and bike will never grow old. As the sun dipped below the hills of Emilia-Romagna, the echoes of the race still lingered in the air. Mechanics tended to the machines, spectators slowly dispersed, but the memory of the battle would remain etched in their minds. Lamborghini and Ducati, two titans of Italian engineering, had given us a show worthy of legends. Speed at its finest, no gimmicks, no filters, just raw, pure performance. And while the Lamborghini may have edged ahead on the straight, the Ducati proved that sheer horsepower isn't everything. In this dance of horsepower and balance, both machines shined in their own right. This wasn't just a race, it was history in motion.